Okay, so in this video, I'll be showing you how to go to the AWS Lightsail console and launch an instance in the Lightsail console. So to get there, we have to log into our AWS console, which we're in right now. We can easily come to the search bar here and type Lightsail. This will give us the search results, and we can see Lightsail in the list here. So I can click here and open up Lightsail. So Lightsail usually does not exist within the native AWS console. So this will take us to the Lightsail console. So here it's saying good morning and introducing AWS Cloud Shell in Lightsail. So this is kind of a new feature that AWS has launched with a shell within Lightsail. But let's go straight to the point. So we're going to create an instance. An instance here also means a virtual machine, or an EC2 instance practically does the same thing. So to do that, we just come straight here to click on Lightsail. And when we click on that, it's going to ask us which region of AWS we want to work with. You can see all the regions that are available here. So I'm just going to pick Ireland. Okay, that's the region I want to work with. You can also ask you for which specific availability zone you want to launch the instance in. I'm just going to leave the default, but you have the option of choosing different availability zones, and then the operating system or the platform. So here you can choose between Linux and Windows. Linux here has 27 blueprints and Windows here has 7 blueprints. So we can launch different kind of applications here, or you can just choose OS only. And you can see you have Amazon Linux, you have Ubuntu, you have OpenSUSE, CentOS, Debian, and all the other operating systems. Or you can launch an application here. You have WordPress, you have LAMP, you have Joomla, you have Node.js, and then you have different options that you can actually set up with. Okay, so for our setup, we're going to choose OS only, and we are going to choose Amazon Linux. Okay, so come down here, we can add a launch script. So this is similar to your user data script that you have in EC2. You can see you can enter user data to configure the instance type you have chosen. So you can put some kind of script, maybe yum update. You just want it to update when the operating system is launching. And then you can also change your SSH key for logging into the machine. There's a default key, and you can create a fresh key, just like you create keys in EC2 to log into your instance. And then you have the different instance category and types here, starting from $3.5 a month down to $160 a month. And you can see the specifics of the memory, the CPU, the storage, and then the data transfer per month. So unlike the EC2 that is not as detailed as this, Lightsail is very detailed in every single resource you are using and what it will cost you per month. So it is static billing, not dynamic like the EC2, when some months your charges can be higher, can be lower, and it varies based on different factors. But here in Lightsail, every bill is very static. If it's going to be $3.5 a month, that is it. It's going to be $5 a month, that is it. So I'll go for the basic plan here, which is $3.5 a month. And then what I want to call my instance, I can call it my first sale. Okay, and then I can add tags just like you have tags in EC2 too. And then that's it basically. So I'm just going to click on create, and I'm going to wait for a while, and the instance will be ready. Okay, it took a couple of seconds for this to actually be ready. You can see it's running at the moment. We can open our Lightsail and see all the configurations we have there. It comes with a public IP address, the username to log in. So the instance uses your default SSH key for this region. You can download the key to log in from your local machine. Then you have the metrics here, pretty basic and straightforward, of your instance, CPU utilization. So you can add alarms for these metrics in their individual pages. Okay, so if I come here, you can see where to add alarm to show you CPU utilization and a lot of other interesting metrics here. Okay, network, and a couple of things here. Then you have snapshots for creating backups. You want to create backups of your Lightsail instance, and then you have storage showing us the size of the disk because of the plan we choose for the Lightsail instance. And then you have networking, which shows us the public IP, the private IP. We can actually add a static IP if we want to. And then you have firewall rules, which is one of the most unique features you can see in Lightsail that you barely see in other VPS providers that exist in this space. So you can actually decide to block port 22 and enable the kind of ports you want here. You can add a rule. Okay, let's assume we want to add HTTPS 443 and create, and we can actually create. And you can also restrict to a particular IP. So let's assume we want to restrict a particular port of an application to a particular IP address. Let's see, we can come to, okay, for example, let's assume we want to make sure that our SSH is not globally accessible. We just want a single IP that can connect to our instance via SSH because it's a Linux instance. We can come here and restrict to a particular IP address. We'll put our IP here. This is obviously going to block the instance from public accessibility over the internet and just tie it to just the IP address we restrict it to. And then you have IPv6, which is supported natively, and then you have domains, which we are not using any domain at the moment. So let's try and connect to the instance and see. Lightsail also provides for you browser SSH, which is pretty cool. Makes it very fast and easy to connect to the instance. When you launch it, I really don't have to download the key, so I can connect using the SSH. And when I connect using the SSH, it's going to launch the terminal where I can make changes and connect to my instance. Over here I have my instance I just launched, so you can see it's normal, it's a Amazon Linux instance. So you can check the memory, which we allocated 512 MB of RAM, and then we can check the disk space. It's basically 20 gigs that we allocated, and everything that you can do here pretty much works. So let's say we install an Nginx server, sudo yum install Nginx. Okay, it's about to install an Nginx server. Okay, that's installed. So let's see. Yep. Okay, let's start up this Nginx server. Okay, looks like it started, but let's confirm. Okay, now it's up and running. So let's try and open this on the browser just to be sure that it actually works. Luckily we have port 80 open on the firewall. So let's take this IP and launch this on the browser, and boom, welcome to Nginx. So that is how you launch a Lightsail instance and use it for whatever you need to use it for. You get static prices for it, and you can always upgrade your instances whenever you want to and downgrade them too, to also optimize cost. Thank you very much.